All right. Well, good morning, everyone. My name is Emmanuel Perez, and I'm with the NSU Innovation Center as the operations manager. And today we are going over our last event series for AI Assist for Entrepreneurs for the year of 2025. So far, we've been covering different tools to make using AI a lot more easier and accessible for entrepreneurs, and covering free tools at that, tools that can make your life easier by outsourcing or speeding up your current processes and flows. And generally, the tools that I use, but you're also free to submit in tools that you would like to see covered. I just try to make sure that they're free and accessible to our community. And so for today, we will be covering a tool known as Google Stitch. Google Stitch is pretty awesome. I've used it to mock up a few apps before in the past. And I think if you have an idea and need to get started, there's never been an easier time to lower the inertia or the activation energy to see your idea come to life. So I'll start by sharing my screen, and yeah, we'll get to prototyping. And as you're on the call, feel free to announce any questions. Feel free to come off mute. I'm happy to answer and any of your questions that you may have. All right. So when you're first logging on, you'll see a screen like this. This URL is stitch.withgoogle.com. I'm going to send that in the chat. You are also welcome to follow along with me if you like. And so while we're here, you'll see this screen, and you can either start a new app project or a web project from scratch. And if you ever use tools like, excuse me for 1 second. Yep. All time no see. Oh, right, right. Right. So yeah, this first time here, you'll see um, both of these screens. Yeah, feel free to follow along with this too. I'll make it a bit bigger so you can see. And so you can either build an app or start with a web design. And for today's session, we're going to start with an app design. So you can either try from a prompt below or use your own prompt up here. Um, let's start from scratch. And it's also important to note that you can pick your model down here on the bottom right. You have the option to do it fast with Gemini Flash. You use Gemini 2.5 Pro. Thinking with 3 Pro, this is going to be the most powerful option and take the most time. Or you can use redesign if you have an existing app or website, or you can upload screenshots as well, and it will turn it into a design ready code and a design ready mockup. So we're going to stick with 3 Pro for today. It says it prioritizes maximum quality and reasoning over speed, but it still does a pretty good job. It doesn't take that long, just from what I've used before. So for me, I'm currently working on this app called YapTrack. I'm gonna tell it I'm building an app called YapTrack. YapTrack turns your well, I'll say this: YapTrack logs workouts using your voice. And with these 2 sentences, I'll be good. That's it. I could choose to add in more if I'd like to. But I can just say, I want a clean and simple user interface. And that's under it. And as you're sending it, um, you'll have this sort of whiteboard dashboard. I don't know what to call it, but if you ever used Figma before, you might be familiar with this type of layout. But it's going to make the canvas for us. And you see, we've got about 25 seconds left. And so Stitch says it's going to make us a welcome screen, a workout log, and workout details for the session. It's a really awesome tool because I think if you have an idea, sometimes getting design down can be hard, or having a clean user interface or user experience can be hard to nail if it's your first time doing it. I know I started with doing very low fidelity wireframes and mockups. So I just use like bare bones rectangles, boxes, and like Picasso like sketches to design my app. And now you could take a picture of that if you're used to that, or just talk to the AI here within Stitch and have it generate um, your app design for you live. Any questions from the chat or in person? Oh, we've got it generating.
Well, that's waiting. So, I mean, like, what do you use Stitch for exactly?
Yep. So for Stitch, you can use it for generating designs for your app or for your website, super fast and for free. So it's like a Figma alternative for uh, not only designing but also prototyping um, your user interface and experience and user experience. Awesome. So we've got three school screens. We got a welcome screen, log screen, and our workout detail screen. And uh, and if you we would like, we can look at it, workout logging reimagined. It's very nice and clear call to action. Very, a, a very nice fonts. It's very user friendly. The buttons are aligned nice, and we can see how we could tap to speak to log our exercise, see our recent logs, and see if we were press one of the buttons, what that workout details button will look like. We can also look at you can see the code for this. Yeah, it looks like this is written in mainly HTML. We can export it. Um, AI Studio, which we covered the past two sessions, we could make this app functional by giving it to AI Studio. There's another tool called Google Jules if you're more technical. It can integrate with GitHub and it can work. How you can assign an AI agent or a team of agents to work on this for you, and you're not having to worry about it. Like download a zip file or copy code to your clipboard. Yeah, another option to download the code. Yeah, that'll download a zip file automatically. And yeah, it looks like we can change what this would look like depending on our view. So see a desktop version of it. This is how it look on desktop. Since we've started it for mobile, it's not going to convert as cleanly. If we did it the other way around, if we started with a web app using the desktop option, then the mobile version will convert cleanly. And yeah, we can also edit it too because AI is not perfect. It's far from perfect, and sometimes it makes mistakes. If we want to iterate, all we would have to do is we can select all three by drawing a box. And I can say, hey, I'm not really feeling green. Can we go with a cream colored primary color and navy blue accent color? Now, since it's going to take our requests and it's going to redesign our Green Goblin themed workout app into something that's a little bit more easier on the eyes. Maybe you like glow in the dark, and that's your thing. But for me, it's like, I think we can make this a little bit cleaner. And I also want to share that, yeah, this is completely free to use. There is let's open this up in a new tab. You do get a certain amount of generations per day. So you get up to 150 daily credits and 15 daily redesign credits per day. If you want, you can let Google, use your conversations to train its AI model. But you don't have to have this option selected if you don't want to, but it's on here by default. Just want to make sure everybody's aware for that. And yeah, so we have a much nicer um, user interface, in my opinion, just from going from the green to the cream and navy based color. You can also generate variations by pressing on this button and selecting um, your wireframe. And so if you don't like your home screen, for instance, um, you can generate variations by clicking on it and pressing this button, and then Gemini will get to work and redesign it for you. Waiting on this last screen to generate. All right. And so once we're ready to, we can move this. It's like an infinite canvas that Stitch has provided us with. So we can really move it wherever we want onto our space. And one feature they released last week actually is if you were to click on all of your screens, um, there is a prototype button. If you click one plus, where is it? It's okay. It's underneath generate. Underneath generate, once you select all your screens, you can prototype. And it will actually, for the name, it will stitch them together. So usually, if you were using a tool like Figma, you would have to connect each button to every instance in every frame, and that can take a lot of time. Just someone who's done it from experience, it can take a lot of time because you want to see what every button does every time you click something. What screen or what button will pop up? Excuse me for 1 second. So with the prototype button, it does all the connecting for you. This is super intuitive. actually my first time using the prototype feature, so we'll see how it works live. Oh, and there it is. So let's view this and let's press interact. Zoom in a little bit more. And wow, yeah, mostly all of these buttons work. So yeah, we've got the chest and triceps button for the workout we just quote unquote logged with our voice. We can see a preview of what it looks like. Let's see if we got a question in the chat. Kim Scott asks, can you collaborate with this tool? I believe you can. Yes, because if you press this share button on the top right, Kim, if you press this button, you can click enable sharing or remixing. And yeah, I can copy this link. And y'all know I love doing stuff live, so we're gonna share this in the chat. And if you're logged into your Google account, you could be able to see the same screen I'm seeing here too. But the caveat to this is we're only going to see the screens that we've generated here. So the prototype feature won't be able to link anything we haven't made. And it's also made us, I think it's made us oh wow, yeah, so we have a night mode and a light mode and night mode, or light mode and dark mode button. Even though we didn't ask for that, it just decided to be intuitive. This is really cool because we can keep on going. We don't have a button yet for history or for profile. So for our app, we'll go back and ask for so we could select it, or I think we should be fine not selecting it. It should make those screens for us. Wayne says, how do you take it from a mock-up to a functional tool with actual data? Wayne, that's an amazing question. So one thing that you can do for if you want fast functionality, I mean, I wouldn't use this for this app because we need a little bit more. Well, actually, this might work. Yeah, let's test it. If we click on, we'll highlight these screens here, and we'll click on the export button. And then we're going to send this to Google AI Studio. Once we send it to Google AI Studio, Google AI Studio is going to take each of our frames. It's coming with a built-in prompt. And it's coming with the HTML files along with the screenshot. And AI Studio should be able to get the job done. And I'll say the goal is to log in workouts using your voice. And so now we're vibe coding. And you can see Google AI Studio here is just taking the designs that we've made and using our very, very, very short prompt. It's doing all the hard work for us just by looking at the context clues, looking at our screens, looking at the goal of the app, looking at the information we have from our other screens. And it's being super intuitive. What's not intuitive is that we didn't get the same color theme here. as we did here. But that's probably on me. I think highlighting your previous screens and giving the AI more context helps, because I think we won't get the same issue as like having this off color here. And we see this is almost an entirely different app because the user interface is a little bit different, as we can see down below. So if I were to rewrite that prompt, I want a history profile screen with our 3 iterated images or screens. We should get something that falls in line. So I'm just going to take this and move it to the side for now. User interface. Want a history and profile. So we're just going to send that. And while we're doing that, let's go check on our app within Google AI Studio. Awesome. So let's use our microphone and let's see how this works. Let's get started.
You send it to Google AI Studio so you can actually use it?
Yep.
Oh, okay, gotcha. So the Stitch just kind of makes it, puts it together, but then you have to send it somewhere else to actually test it out. Or
Exactly. And it's all underneath Google's suite of products. So yeah, let's see if it works. I'm going to lie. And I'm going to say I did 100 push-ups this morning. I did 100 push-ups this morning. I did 20 sets of 5. And what's cool about AI Studio is it builds the AI within your app. So I don't have to do any of the wiring under the hood. AI Studio does it. And look, we've got it right here. That was really freaking easy. Yes. Oh, I meant to say 5 sets of 20, but wow, it logged it for us, and that took less than 10 seconds. Do you have an exercise this morning?
Yeah, I went to the gym.
What kind of exercise did you do?
Oh, it was like a circuit training. So it was lower body, legs, so squats. It was different ones, like 7 different exercises.
Do you remember one of them of the squats?
It was just like front weighted squats.
How many? What was the weight?
It was we did 8 the first round, 2 sets of 8, and then 2 sets of 12 the second round.
Okay, let's give it a try.
And I did like 40 pounds the first round, 50 pounds the second round.
I'm gonna try to remember all that. What's one sentence I can give to
front dumbbell squats, 40 pounds, 2 sets of 8.
Front dumbbell squats, 40 pounds, 2 sets of 8.
Oh, that's the process.
Yeah, let's see. Dumbbell squats, 40 pounds, 2 sets of 8. That's really good. It made up the time for us, so that's something we would have to fix. It has a load, intelligently did a load, and also did estimated calorie burn, which is amazing. And like this is a problem for me, for myself. I hate writing in my workouts. I want to say as present as possible. So I was like, yo, it'd be really cool if you could just, speak to it, put your phone down, and get back to your present workout instead of having to type it all up, or take your notebook and write down. Y'all know the gym is kind of nasty, so
Mine is nutrition, like having to record all the meals and like what you ate. And yeah, so my trainer was like, you can once you put it in one time, you can go back, you can add it again. But I'm like, I don't eat the same thing every day or every week, so that's hard to calculate. So this would be great for like the nutrition part.
That's awesome. There's an app I found called Talk Macros
Okay.
that does that. You just have to. It's a similar process. Once I saw that app, I was like, I've got to build a competitor for it. It's no way I can't. And we've got a history coming soon because we didn't give AI Studio that screen. We don't have the profile either because we didn't give it that screen. But go back to Stitch. We go to this tab and we look at it. All right, yeah, Stitch is not complying with us. It said it already made our screens, but it is not in line. But I can brute force the AI. But yeah, it's really that simple. Generate it, give Google AI Stitch a prompt, create your screens, feed it to Google AI Studio, and have something generated. And mind you, this is 100% free. I didn't have a paid Google account. This is just a regular Gmail account for the Innovation Center. And I think this, if you like the free 99 method of not having to pay for a tool, this is a great way to quickly iterate your ideas. Now, I also want to answer the second half of Wayne's question because we do not have a database built in currently. One tool that you can use is a tool called Firebase from Google. And this is all within Google's ecosystem. So if you want to have your data saved, because right now this is stored locally to our device underneath. You can call it like a sandboxed environment. We haven't deployed our app yet. So right now, none of our data is saved because we don't have a profile system. One thing you could do for the free 99 method is you use Google Firebase. You can get started with this tool for free. Or you can use another service like Bolt.new. It has a built-in database. If you take your existing code and connect it to GitHub, so it's a workaround, but it is a free workaround. If you pay for a tool like Replit per se, you won't have to jump as many hoops. And so we'll go ahead and open up a new tab, and now I'll show you what a website looks like with the Google Stitch. They've given us some examples here on the left, but I'm just going to go ahead and start from scratch. I'm going to click on Start a New Web Design here. And I'm just going to say, create a business website for my dog walking agency. It should be friendly, have a clear call to action, and make my audience feel excited about my services.
They created a website.
Oh, it did?
Yeah, I already had a model, another website, so I put in the link to that, and I had a copy that I already typed up, so I added the entire copy, and it created the website with the copy.
Oh, snap.
Yeah.
What kind of website did you make?
I have a program that I'm working on for one of my nonprofits I work for, and so I wanted to create a landing page for that, and it just now for me.
So,
I'm gonna get my our website team to do it, but I just did it in like 2 seconds.
oh, so you beat them to the punch entirely. And I think that's amazing because now it's like you don't need to have
Right.
skill being a web designer. You don't need to be technical.
Yeah.
As long as you have the, that's it. Yeah, if you have the idea in mind and can talk to it, all that matters is your mouthpiece. Yeah, they're gonna be shook once they see it. Any other questions from the chat while we're generating our new screens?
So will it say like right now I have limited because I'm on my iPad, so I want to work on it when I get to my laptop. Will it
Yep.
save this or?
Yeah, it'll automatically save. You can double check by in the top right of Google Stitch. You'll see this cloud icon. You click on that, and your changes will be saved.
Okay, yeah.
And you can pull it back up if you open up a new tab. You'll see your projects on the left hand side. Or if you're within Stitch already, you can just press this menu icon and go to all projects, and you'll see your design right there.
Oh yeah, it's here. Okay. Perfect. It's not a click all of the stuff.
Yeah, I can't wait to see what you made. And again, if you want to make it faster, you can always change the model. And yeah, the Gemini, the newest Flash model is also insanely good. This just adds, your sprinkles on top with Thinking with 3 Pro.
How do you get to what is that?
Oh, so for your model, you'll click on the bottom right of your chat icon. Click on that drop down,
Yeah.
and you can pick these options here. It's kind of like this is the engine that's running behind the scenes.
Okay.
And this is, oh my God, this is beautiful. Happy Paws Agency. So yeah, amazing name for our pup. It chose the color yellow. It's a nice design. It made a pricing page for us. That has our happy clients. And we're gonna book our first free walk. And we've been providing services since 2018. So I've been in business for 7 years, y'all. Yeah, I think this is pretty awesome. And we can see how this looks on mobile by pressing the preview button. And as you can see, it automatically reframes it. It makes it mobile responsive for us. And so I'll do the same thing we did last time. I'm just going to draw a box, connect all 4 screens together. Whoops. Click on generate, prototype it. And then while that's cooking up,
Oh, because it made multiple pages for the website.
yep, that's correct. And I think that's yeah, so we have a services page that it made. It made an about us page and a contact page. The only thing we're missing now is book a walk. So I'll have him make that while that's generating. I'll say make a book a walk page.
I wonder why it did separate pages for because it just did one for me. It didn't separate the page, even though it has like multiple at the top. It has like an about program FAQ, but it didn't make separate pages.
Is yours a one pager where you can scroll? Okay. Okay. Yeah, that's probably why. And I also think too, like we can change this to fit. We could change this multiple tab or multiple paged
Oh, okay.
multi-page website to be a one-click scrollable website, like a landing page. Or I think you could do the reverse if you click on it and ask it to make a separate web page for each of my tabs. And while that's happening, oh, Valentina has a question. Feel free to come off of mute.
Good afternoon, Emmanuel. I do have a question. Speaking of the landing page versus the website, which is more preferred from a business model standpoint? And I heard you, so it's like a two-part question. So I heard you ask the person there with you too, like does he just have like a scrolling page versus having multiple pages? Can you kind of give a little bit of insight on that?
Yeah,
What's the
absolutely.
best method, or what's preferred and things of that nature?
For sure. So it really depends. I think if you think about the end in mind, like the journey you want your user to take, I think when you're just starting off for your website, having a clear call to action is the end goal. Should be the end goal of any website. Like having your user taking action on just leading them somewhere. Such as in our class that ended in Startup Studio, to either sign up on your wait list, to order your products, or here's booking a walk, or to buy or check out your services, or to fill out a form and get in contact with you. So I think depending on how much information you wanted to display, having the other pages such as the services, the about us, the contact page, it can be nice. This could all be included in a one size, fits all scrollable site. But the one thing I think that is great to be mindful of is fatigue for your user. So scroll fatigue can be a thing. And as we're here, we can see that, we're introduced to the picture with this dog. And as we scroll, we can see, why we should get started with Happy Paws Agency to have customers let our business walk their dogs. And so it just gets the job done. It's almost like having a brochure. It gets right to the point, and everything else is just supporting information that supports our business. So if we can see more services, see add-ons, about us in contact. I think this is great for an established business. But I think if for most people, depending on your audience, if they're using their phones, you don't want to have them scrolling forever just to get to the call to action. You don't want to put one phrase I heard a couple years back was like, you don't want to make your website like a mystery novel. And you don't want to have them be Sherlock Holmes just to get to the end goal. People are busy. People often get distracted and sidetracked very fast. I heard people have like the memory of a goldfish being up to 15 seconds. So the faster you can get them to booking a walk or to your call to action, the better. So I think I think to answer your question, for the landing page, I think make it as simple as possible. And I think the more information you have, then I think that constitutes to have the additional tabs as web pages. I hope that wasn't too wordy or too verbose.
No, thank you. You answered what I needed to hear.
Awesome. And so if we want to make this real and we want to launch this for real, we'll take these 4 screens and then we'll click export again. Click on AI Studio. And I'll just put here make this an actual site. If you want to load the images, there we go, along with the HTML behind each one. I'll click on build. And in under 2 minutes, it's running Gemini 3 Flash Preview, which just came out. This just came out yesterday or the day before yesterday. So this came out Wednesday or Thursday. And it's a very powerful and very cheap model, at least by Google. And I think we can change it if you want. Gemini 3 Pro Preview is the better model, but we don't really need it because for one, Stitch generated our images and the landing page, the code behind it, and the user interface using the 3 Pro model. So now it's like we can downshift on the model, and we can use a model that doesn't have to work as hard and can be a little bit faster. And all of this, again, is free. And I think that's so amazing because if I were to pay a web designer to design and build it for me, I would be spending some serious cash. It's also advantageous because there's arbitrage if you wanted to build a business building websites or designing apps for clients. Now you have the superpowers to be able to do so. Once my geographic location, I'm not sure why, but I'm going to allow it just to make sure this works all the way. And I can also ask it, do you want my location? Why are they trying to clock me? I don't know. But let's give it a look. Yeah, it's very nice. We can hover. We can have animations. Let's do a group walk for $25. The date function works. We prefer it for today. I went today for 2 p.m. And my dog's name is Rufus. I don't have a dog, but if I had a dog, that would probably be my third name that I would give the dog. So since we don't have our database connected, this data doesn't have anywhere to go to. So again, we would need to use something like Firebase or connect it to a service like Bolts.new that has a built-in database and can take the code we've made and can import it in very easily using GitHub. But they even made other services up for us, like an AI pup matcher. I did not ask for this, but Google AI Studio decided we should have an AI pup matcher. So my dog's breed, I don't have one, but let's just go with I'm going with a Schnauzer. I think this is how you spell it. Energy level, I think moderate, extra notes, loves to run around in circles. So we have an adventure and the type of walk we could take our dog on. And they will recommend it to the dog walking agency. But that page isn't been generated yet, so we're left with this error. But to restore it, we'll just reload our app. And there we are. If we want to fix this, we could just go to AI Pup Matcher. And we can say, you have to fix that page and make sure we get that page to load right. We would just want to, we just book this walk now button doesn't lead to anything. So we just click on annotate app button. We can draw a circle around this. Add the chat. And say here, this button does not lead to a page. Please make a confirmation /success. Okay. And once you're ready and you feel good about your site, to launch your site, you'll click on, there's two ways you can do it. To deploy it, you'll want to click this button here. And you want to make sure you have a cloud project set up. If you don't have a Google Cloud project set up, the Google AI Studio will now allow you to deploy your project. But to get that done, you'll just go to cloud.google.com and you'll click Get Started for free. You get $300 in free credits off rip. You want to make sure you have a paid account set up, but you'll only need to use your credit card for verify your identity. They won't charge you for the first 90 days. But after you have that set up, then you'll send it to Google Cloud. It will be deployed. Now, if you want to share this with a friend, you just have to click the Share App button. You'll click on Publish Your App. Will default to the full screen. And then we have a link. And now I can send it in the chat. If you already click this button, we can even open up. So I'll go, yeah, this is my personal Google account. This app's from another developer. I trust the other developer. That was me. Continues to the app. It still has the geographic location, but I think it should allow us to still work. I'm not sure why that didn't change. But we can see the exact same thing that I built. And if I say remove the geographic location ask /feature, I'm not sure why that was. It should deny the permission once we do this. So if I try to share that again, boom, no location to ask, and we're good to go. And I can send this to my web developer, my web designer, someone on my team, and get instant feedback. One thing that's also cool about Google Stitch, one last feature I want to share is that they have this thing called like a heat map. So you can see where your users would click on the screen. So this is predictive. It's not real, but if we click on, I just saw it. I was just looking at this earlier, y'all, and I saw it. Oh, okay. 70% array. If we click on predictive heat map, we can see where our users are likely to click on our site. And that's great from a user experience perspective too. I thought this was the coolest thing. So it completely changed our dog. Yeah, we went from a golden retriever to another type of dog with raised ears. But we can see how where the focus would be from our app, and where I think this is where the users would look. Instead of clicking, I think this is where the eyes would be drawn to. So we have our header here, our call to action here. Of course, the dog, because this would make me smile. pricing options, and then the next page, testimonials. Why generate a completely different page than this? I think that's just the AI. It is also a product that's still in beta, but I think it's super useful if you use it the right way. And it's new, so they're making and shipping updates and changes to this every day. And that is Google Stitch. Hope you enjoyed the crash course. Do we have any questions from the chat?
I guess in the past I've been using like Canva. What would be the difference between like a Canva website and a Google Stitch? Because Canva now has like the AI. I did it with a client where he was working on starting his own alarm, not alarm, but a video home like video surveillance company. And so I typed it into the Canva AI and it built the website. So is it just like similar, or what would be the difference, I guess?
Yeah, I think they're both really similar. I've used Canvas AI a few times to make prototypes and designs. I've touched it a little bit earlier last year to make websites, but I think it's just a matter of preference and which tool you're more comfortable using. I do think Google gives you more options to save your work and to move around its ecosystem. So I think whichever ecosystem you're fond of. I think what is great about Canva is that its designs are very sharp. So if you were to take those designs and screenshots, we could start brand new from a new project and upload pictures. So we would save that as, an SVG file or a PNG, JPEG, anything. We could upload that image there. Or if you've launched a website already in Canva, we can import the URL from here and cook up something completely brand new or different with Google. Or you hit, Canvas AI limitations. We're like, all right, well, I got this ace up my sleeve called Google Stitch. So I think it just boils down to a matter of preference and which ecosystem you like. Because I love Canva too. But for building, I love Google's ecosystem. I find it also a pain to deal with. And I can view the code and export it much easier than Canva, just in my opinion. A great question, by the way. Anybody online joining us that has a question, comment, concern? No answer. Okay, what do we give this website out of 10? What'd y'all rate it out of 10?
Your website. I mean, I'll give it a high rating.
High rating?
Yeah.
Talking about an 8, 7.59. What's up?
Yeah, like it's pretty functional. I mean, it's user friendly. It's it looks appealing. I'll give it like a 9.
A 9.
Yeah.
Nice. It does remind me of Airbnb.
Oh,
Like it has that the experience seems very similar.
Yeah, it's pretty good.
Especially like this card here. This reminds me of like something Airbnb would make.
Yeah.
How about Kim says 8.5, Valentina gives it a 10. Nice. Again, it was free.
Yeah.
I think it's just so awesome.
I like what you just showed me, that feature where you can paste the URL. Because I was going to do some website updates for my website, so I'm going to try that to see if it'll do some updates for me.
I should try it for mine, honestly. I made mine super simple.
Well, I know the company that made mine, and they use WordPress. I just moved it to Bluehost, and so I want to do some updates, but I don't know how to use Bluehost, and I've never. I had the original developers send me all of the information in a file, and I uploaded that to like the DNS or whatever to. So I don't know how to make the changes that I need to make because somebody else made it.
Oh, I see. Yeah, that's where I just go ask AI.
Yeah.
I'll have a walk. I'll take screenshots. Like walk me through step by step.
That's what I'm gonna do.
I'm brand new to this. Thank you, Valentina, for coming. I'm glad you found value from this. Is there anything that you would all like to see in 2026? We're thinking of starting a program. because this year we launched, this is our 5th session, so we've just been bouncing around from tool to tool. Just the tools that I like and I think would be beneficial for the entrepreneurs and business owners on this call. But we're open to change. So if you all have any suggestions, please feel free to let us know. You can let me know here in the chat, or if you'd like to let me know, individually, my email is here. And so you can feel free to send your feedback. Or something you don't like, something you like and want to see featured. Yeah, feel free to let me know. All right, and if there aren't any further questions, we'll go ahead and you're welcome, Aaron. Thank you for coming through. Yeah, if there aren't any further questions, we'll go ahead and close out. Thank you all for coming to the last Gadgets for Entrepreneurs session. This is recorded and will be sent to you all later afterwards, and we'll post it on our YouTube page as well, so you can access all the previous sessions we've done this fall semester. We'll see y'all in 2026. Thank you for joining us, and please have a safe and happy holidays.